brought me to realization that even though I've talked about a lot of different subjects over the years, and they're in the archives, some of the new members probably aren't finding the information or realizing that it's there and it would answer some of their questions. So I want to bring that to your attention, one. Also, that if you are new, hello, my name is Araya, also known as Tana or the Dragon Lady. And I come live every week to answer your questions, to give you the tools you need and the input that you need to, one, know you're not crazy if you're experiencing dragons, that you have a family and a place to land to actually move into your expansion, and that the dragons have so much to bring for you. Hi, Marcy. Hi, DJ. So as I was saying, today's book club, there was a lot of air dragon energy, and it was bringing me into subjects that have been really present in past discussions. One of those being actually having your wings or your spine in pain, and how does that fit with like dragon energy trying to come out of it and show you and connect with you. So I want to encourage you to go into the video archives of the group here, and you can go through, and if you scroll across, it should light up with the date and the title of it and give you an idea of questions or topics that might interest you to go back and listen to at your leisure whenever you feel like it, because there's so much information there. But I want to just touch on that subject again, of your wings, of waking up to yourself and actually having dragons in your sphere, and what does that feel like? Hello, Shakya. How does that manifest, and why is it there? And if I'm a dragon, boy, that's pretty terrifying to contemplate. So I'm going to put that on the back burner for a while and just gently go into my journey. But dragons are going to keep showing up for me, and they start showing up because they're trying to awaken you to the fact that you might have a deeper connection than you realize. But if that deeper connection comes first, you'll push it away, you'll freak out, you'll be like, oh, that's too big, that's too much. And so our process with our guides is always a gentle, slow one, pushing you forward. And that one is really relevant to today, to our journey of the breadcrumbs, of following those inklings and allowing yourself to trust what's coming through. Trust when you are given an incentive or an inner feeling of, I need to go and do some work at this place, or wow, this name of this place popped in and I feel like I have to go there. I don't really know why. Because quite often we're not connected enough to our inner guidance to get the whole picture right away and know why we're going somewhere. But we're being led into trusting that inner guidance by being shown a piece, and we step into it and we get a validation and a confirmation back, and then it allows us to take the next step and the next step and the next step, and each step will get bigger, each step will reveal more, and each step will take you into a knowing. So some of those steps are to actually go around places in your local vicinity or around the world where you just feel this heart calling, and you've got to go there, and you just follow suit, you trust it, and you allow yourself to show up there and be like, all right, I'm here. And I know a lot of you that are doing this work, both in my book club, in my program with the Eye of the Dragon, and that you've been guided over the last couple of years to do this, and you're trying to come into the conscious awareness of what you're doing. And that will come, but just keep trusting and allowing yourself, if you know that you've got to go to a site, go there and just open your heart. A lot of the work gets done through our human interface just because we open our heart to it and allow ourselves to be that vessel, to allow the codes to come through us, or the portals to open that we have the keys for, that something is activated in the greater grid network because you stood there. And sometimes we go to places because we have work to do there at a later date. And I will say this to people, that you might feel like you're asleep on your journey or coming into it late, and never beat yourself up. The timing is always perfect on when you show up for something. That said, over the past, you might have been to different places. I look back on my journey now, and now that I have a lot more conscious awareness and knowing of, like, I have a list of sites that was given me a couple of years ago when I was in Machu Picchu from the dragons, from my dragon self, of places around the world that are part of the major grids that I need to be at and activate because I hold the codes for them. You guys will hold codes for different areas of those grids potentially, or you'll have a different role in connecting those grids with the other dimensional planes. That's what a large part of my Dragon Heart group right now is connected to. It's come through like the very first week together that they are connecting this rainbow bridge of energy between this dimensional plane and the others, and how to anchor that and where we weave that in. And so in this weaving, as I was saying, I have a list now of sites that I know are part of this, and I'm astonished in looking back over my journey, even when I was asleep. I wasn't consciously awake, I wasn't meditating, I wasn't aware of all my clairs, my claircognizance, clairvoyance, none of that had been woken up yet. And yet I was called to different parts of the world, and I was taken to very specific points and drawn to them, and they now have very significant meaning and relational ability to the places that I have to go now. And why is that important? Because looking back on your journey, you will realize the perfection of everything that led you to this point and is leading you forward, and how it's all going to tie in together. And that the beauty of it now is I actually have the gift, because I've walked that land, I can connect to it much more easily energetically to become that human interface for the energy work that needs to be done through me as the vessel. And I'm able to actually project myself there. So this is something that we do in the Dragon Heart program down the road, is astral projection. And how do we put ourselves from this physical space, because we can't remember how to teleport yet. We're working on that, and I know it's going to come in my lifetime, but we haven't gotten to that space yet where we can do that now. But by astral projection, it's the next closest thing, and I'm able to actually go back to those spaces when I have an activation or a piece that's come in now that needs to be done, because I've walked that land physically. So hopefully that'll make some connections for some of you of why you've been to certain places or why you feel drawn to other places. And some of you, I want to share this now because this has been working over the last week or so especially. Hi Genevieve, getting all of the pieces together for the Mount Fuji activation. And this is another set of those breadcrumbs of seeing it, knowing a year or two ago that Fuji was on the list, knowing it would be 2020, and then allowing the timing of that to come in of when we will summit the mountain. We can't do it till July, so it's going to be in July. But seeing all those crumbs come together, and even having the ability to allow the information to come in of the sites that are around it that create the full geometry that is part of what I do. And I take people with me to do that. And so I'm putting the heart call out now because I'm very close. Hello, Ingor. Chris is on there. Good to see him. Those that feel that heart call or pull to be part of those activations, and you will feel, hello, Annabelle, a different call to different parts of the world when I'm going there or when you're going there. But I happen to be going to Japan July 8th to the 15th, and I'm taking a small group with me. The group is going to be no more than 10, and this is going to be one of those powerhouse activations like Mount Kailash was, but it's going to be more focused in a shorter period of time in a smaller amount of space that needs to be traversed, so we can keep it in a week. It's 7 nights and 8 days, and if I say Kawaguchi or Fuji or Shiraito Falls or even Tokyo, if some of those sites or some of the shrines, the 1,200-year-old cedar trees, the ancient dragon cave, if some of those start stirring things within you as you hear about them, I want you to reach out to me to get the information. You can reach out now. I'll have the full itinerary out in about 7 to 10 days, hopefully sooner, but I have to have some final pieces fall into place. But if that's triggering something, I want you to reach out, because that might be something trying to get you aware of, ooh, I might need to be there, or I might have a role to play to connect with and be part of the transmissions from that. So just let that percolate through your field, because this is where the heart call goes out. This is how it operates with any of this work, is that a sphere is created. I create a group sphere, and I allow the dragons and myself to build the energy frequency within it, and then call forth from that space and send out a wavelength to each of those that is meant to be a part of that journey, because they hold specific codes and are part of the sacred geometry that needs to be formed around those activation sites for it to actually click into place. And that's just how it works. If you receive that heart call, you receive that pulse, then reach out to me and let me know, and I will make sure that you are on the list to get the full itinerary. This is going to be one of those that I'm seeing timing wise is very interesting, that the climbing season doesn't start until July. So I thought I was going in March. I'm limited by physical capacity. So letting the dragons know, all right, the time scheme needs to be slightly altered in the time-space continuum, because we actually are human physical beings and we can't climb through all the snow safely until July. So allowing that to be the perfect timing. But interesting that the Olympics are in Japan, the Summer Olympics are in Japan starting July 24th. So I'm putting the call out early, and we'll have the information ready as soon as I can, so that those that are called can get airfare and tickets while they're still available, while they're still a decent price, because it's all going to get bunged up. Even the lodging in Tokyo is already starting to get booked up. So just putting that in the field of awareness, as I will with Uluru. As you know, I've been talking a couple weeks about January 12th and the big alignment that happened with the planets and the activation with the Aboriginals and the creation or the completion of the umbilical cord of Gaia out to the greater central sun. There's a completion piece to that the dragons hold. And the bookend of conjuncts happens to be on December 21st. So if you know you were being pulled to Australia, to Uluru in particular with the dragons, for that it's going to be over the 18th to the 23rd of December in the very center of the continent of Australia. And reach out and I'll add you to that list to get that information when it's ready. So these are the pieces. This is coming on my heart to talk about today, because I'm well in the middle of it, planning all these things. There's so many things in the work right now, and I want you to feel that energy building, because this year is going to have a huge impact on all of us, on the globe, on Gaia, on humanity, on us individually for our journeys. To allow yourself to really follow the breadcrumbs, to follow those gut hits, to follow that internal guidance, because it's leading you down somewhere that is really time frame wise in this window of opportunity between these two bookends of these conjuncts planetarily. This is a window that is very specific and very special, and hasn't happened for thousands of years and will not happen again for thousands of years. And so it's like, jump on the wagon. You can't wait. If you've been getting those taps on the shoulder by your dragons or your guides to like, all right, move forward. It's time to either take a meditation course or get involved in a new set of books or change jobs or get out of something, or just start having conversations about what's really going on in your heart and being real with people and getting rid of the facade or the hiding of who you really be, of what you really are. It's okay to be a dragon. It's okay to be a healer. You don't have to be a dragon. You don't have to be a healer, but you are unique and special, and there's something beyond this realm that, because you're here listening to this or catching it on the replay, you have something to bring. And if you're not willing to be that in all circles with all your friends, all your family, then there's a part of you that's not being allowed to expand. And we want to break those walls of resistance. We want to allow the little gut hits to lead us forward into that place where we are free to be who we be. We are free to live and talk and breathe and just joyously express everything about our soul in its truth. That's really the goal, and being in our light. Hello, Crystal, and Inger came on. Good to see you. Yeah, gatherings in real time. It's nice to have these gatherings in real time, and I have to say, I'm so grateful not only for these every week. I love these and look forward to them, but also like coming off, you can tell I'm like got so much energy bubbling, and this happens every live that I do right after a book club gathering, because I will tell you, hi Weldy, that the energy that was built in that sphere with the book club, it was so tangible today, and it was an amazing group. And I say this every time, but the souls that come in and dive in, because they're so ready, I can see their field, and they're just like popping, they're just ready to pop open. And it's just such a special, unique, high vibe circle to be in. And I come out of it and I'm like on fire, because every one of them is like getting in alignment with their truth. And that gets me on fire. It puts me in my joy and makes me so grateful to be on my path of what I'm here to do. And so grateful that I had the impetus. I had the guide 3 years ago in my life, who my guides shoved in front of me and said, hello, you need to meet this woman and you need to do her program, because you're a little off track, and it's time to wake up, and it's time to actually go full board. And because of her assistance, I was able to break through my final barriers to not be afraid of the shackles, to not be afraid of being imprisoned or whatever as dragon, and come full force into it so that we can actually get everybody there. Let's get more and more of you there. And so I am here now, grateful to her, but the guides put her in front of me. So if the guides are putting me in front of you or someone else in front of you that is going to take you to the next level, allow yourself to make the leap, allow yourself to listen and dive in, even if it's scary, even if it's more than you think you can afford right now, or that you can't change your schedule for. Like, it's time to prioritize, because this window of opportunity through this year is really, really special and unique. And as you can tell, I guess I just get jazzed. In the next couple of weeks, I'm going to get to meet every week with my new Dragon Hearts. I'm going to get to meet with my book club people. I'm going to get to meet with my old Dragon Hearts, because we have an ongoing group now, which is phenomenal and high charged. And so what it does for me, because you guys are getting the tools and the work you need to get you to the next space, but I also am getting my own expansion, because I'm now in a place where I have 3 groups that, as I expand with, as I bring the energy and hold the sphere for them, and they bring what they bring, it expands all of us together. And then it aligns more pieces that allow me to bring greater stuff to you. And it's just this incredibly well-knit web of magic that I just am so grateful for. And I'm living in gratitude right now, because it is just like, I'm bubbling. I don't know if you can feel it. The meditation we did today in the book club had the air dragons, and it was about effervescence. It was about bubbling this expansion through your whole field, and I feel like I am that right now. I feel like I'm a big bottle of mineral water that's just about to burst out the top of the bottle. So thank you for that, you guys. Thank you for being here. And if you haven't done a book club, or you haven't done a discovery call with me, and you think, wow, I want to get in on some of this, I want to go there in my journey. Yes, Shakia, I'm grateful that you're in it too. Just send me a message, because I always notify people that are ready when it's there. I get you the short list. You get the notification right in your inbox to say, all right, the dragons are calling. Here's your opportunity. If you want to take it, let me know. And it just makes it smoother and faster and easier. You don't have to wait to hopefully see it online or catch it. I'll send you an email right away. And it helps me know if there's a group ready and the dragons are like, hey, schedule it now, because they need it now. You've got close enough number, get it going. It's going to go. I will schedule more sooner, especially in this year of dynamic change. There's going to be probably a lot more on the table. A lot more on the table, as well as far as meditations, books available, high frequency product available. You guys wouldn't believe, since January 12th, things that I have been working on, and you might feel this in your own sphere, for over a year now, that have been on my list, my sphere of things that I want to get done, things that I want to bring out to the world, tools that I want to have available for you guys. I've been working on them for a long time, and all of a sudden there's a whole bunch of things starting to come together all at once. So I know I've been talking about it, but my web guy is right now in the process of getting, I've had all the print books for English ready, and they've been through Amazon, but I'm now going to offer them straight through my site. So you don't have to go to Amazon. You can just stop in the site and get meditations, books, and products all there. And we're going to be building a portal with its own site of really high frequency dragon art, dragon animals like these, being able to have these guys, pendants, things that, because I can bring them into my sphere and amplify their frequency and code them as they get mailed out to you, they're going to be in your sphere and start adding magic and start adding those little reminder wake up calls, those little trigger push buttons, to assist you on your journey, to push you forward. And I'm just so excited about it all coming together. So watch, there'll be a newsletter coming, but in the next couple of days, all of the books, whether they are Kindle version, EPUB version for Mac, PDF version for those that want that, printed paperback or printed hardback, and in Spanish and in French, all available in the next couple of days, as well as a whole bunch of new meditations in French, which means if I have this new round of meditations in French done, now I can start work on the next set of meditations for you guys in English and hopefully in Spanish, just to keep the ball rolling, moving forward. I don't want to run out of tools for you guys, and everybody's on a different space in their journey. They're at a different phase, and so you all need different things. You might not be ready for a book club or a deeper program, but you might be ready to have the book, or you might be ready to have Dragonite or Organite Dragon Head in your sphere to start waking some things up. So just watch for all that stuff. It's coming, and I'm super excited about it. Oh, what else? Like I said, discovery calls. I had a fabulous discovery call this morning with Avi, who's in the group now. And it was really, sometimes they turn into discussions of connecting with old family and just hashing over what's been going on for you and what your next step can be. And that's always fun for me. You know, I allowed 20 to 25 minute calls. They're free. And they're on my calendar. If you go to the Book Now button in dragonwithin.com or invokehealing.com, you will see a Book Now button that will take you to the calendar and show you all the options. And one of those is a free 20-minute discovery call to talk about where you're at with your journey. What are you trying to accomplish with the dragons? Where do you want to get to? Do you want to just even like feel one or know that they're there? And what tools are in the basket that might be the best for you to use for that to happen, for that to unfold for you? So thanks for being here. I love coming and seeing you guys every week. And I'm just amped that like at least twice a week, it'll be February 10th, it'll be 3 times that week that I get to be on fire with all of my different groups and spend 2 hours in dedicated, focused energy with you guys. Because it lights me up and it puts me in my joy, and it's really what anchors me through the rest of the week when, yeah, we still have our human lives, our human little skins that are walking around buying groceries and cooking meals for kids and picking up at school or going to work, right? We still have all these other pieces to do, but we're getting closer and closer to every minute of the day being aligned to what we are in this space. We're in our spiritual connection with our spiritual family. And I know that I'm seeing all the shifts across the board as I do those things, and allowing the magic that happens in life when we are aligned with our soul and our light body, that it's like we remember how to operate the universe. We remember how things really flow, and we get more out of our way, so that when we go to the grocery store, it's actually ease and grace, and it's in perfect timing. And you'll find, like, I gotta tell you, one of my weird gifts, or things that I've called to myself and created, I love rockstar parking. Do you know that? Like getting the space up front that you really want. You can manifest it, and you just have to visualize it and call it forth and start paying attention to that. Try it. Whether you want rockstar parking, or you want the best seat in the house, or you want the cream of the crop avocados that are just waiting for you when you go to the store, you just got to put it in your field of intention and allow yourself to see it happening and watch it unfold, because that's where the magic is. And my kids love watching. And they'll even say it like, wow, rockstar parking, Mom, good job. I don't feel like I need to walk any further than I do on the treadmill, right? I don't need to go that extra distance from the other side of the parking lot. Please allow me to park up front. Thank you, dragons. They can bring fun into our lives. So thank you guys for being here. It's been super fun. I hope you're feeling the expansive energy. I feel like this little bubbling effervescence is just going out to everybody today. And I thank you for being here. Yeah, Annabelle's cracking up. Wonderful. So have a great, great week. I look forward to seeing you next week. And you know what? If you have questions that you are, you've been contemplating or trying to figure out on your own, or maybe something comes up this week after this live and you go, I wonder about, your guides are trying to inspire you to get that next opening of information. And it might be that question that will open a huge door for you. And I might have the answer. So feel free to send it to me, or post it into the group to me, message me, email me, however you want to get it to me. Because I love coming on and answering those questions for you to take you to your next level. That's what I'm here for. And I love it. So we'll see you next week. Have a great, great one. I love you guys. Bye.